Welcome, everyone. It is Soul Food Sunday. Hey, Britani. Hey, J. Anthony Cruz.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, my goodness. I have the dynamic duo, the most powerful couple that I know. We have J. Anthony Cruz on the 1 and 2. Is it still called the 1 and 2?
Jay? Yeah, there's 1 and there's 2 right there. So okay.
And his beautiful bride, Britani Cruz. Hi, Britani. Hi. This is so exciting. I'm so glad to have both of you. And it's very special to me that I have friends that will just come on and support and hold it down. But these two are content creators. They are influencers. They are business owners. They're ministry leaders. So they are well equipped and fully capable of holding down the show without me. But thank you for joining me tonight on Soul Food Sunday. Absolutely. So, Britani, how's your weekend been?
Whew, we made it. That's all I gotta say. Oh, the weekend was good. I went to the beach.
Oh, that's good. That's so good.
Yeah. So good for self-care. So that's all I did this weekend. That was my number one goal, is to get outside. And so somebody invited us to the beach and I was like, yes, we'll be there. Good time.
That is so amazing. Listen, we have in the first minute, we had over 20 people jump on this live. So we want to welcome you to Soul Food Sunday. This is where we hopefully can bring encouragement, inspiration, and healing for your soul. But we have the best music. This is a faith-based, inspirational, it's a lifestyle show. We want to know, where are you tuning in from? Please drop it in the comments. Where are my New Yorkers? Where are my Orlando people? Where are my Chicago people at? If you could, tell us where you're tuning in from. But right now, we're going to listen to the smooth sounds of J. Anthony Cruz. J. Anthony Cruz, would you kick off Soul Food Sunday the right way?
Hold me down, never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show me love. Hold me down, never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show me love. I want you to show me love.
Make sure you let us know where you're streaming from. My name is J. Anthony Cruz. This is an original song off my latest album entitled Diffusion.
I want you to show.
It's called Show Me Love.
never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show me love. Hold me down, never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show me love. I want you to show me love.
Thank you for tuning in this evening. Dorothy, thank you. Nice beats. I see the comment. Thank you so much. This is also on Diffusion, which is available on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you stream your music. Take it up a little bit. Since we're talking about entrepreneurship.
If you're gonna be a boss, be a boss.
Make sure you share the broadcast right now with your friends and your family. A wise man once said, sharing is caring.
Yes. Oh my God. We have the green room, Brittany and I backstage, and we're just back here. We are jamming. And when you dropped that at the boss piece, I was like, okay.
Boss, be a boss.
Yes. I love it. I love that part. Well, everyone who's tuning in, thank you for letting us know where you're tuning in from. This is Soul Food Sunday. It is a lifestyle show. This is a faith-based show. So we want you to be encouraged tonight. You can follow J. Anthony Cruz. It's right on the screen. And he made it simple for us. Right, Brittany? Thank you for doing this. J. Anthony Cruz on Instagram, janthonycruz.com. We love it. We love it. So, Brittany, this is your first time on Soul Food Sunday, and we're so happy to have you. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you, your family, your ministry, everything. Just tell us everything. Oops, I think she's on mute. Let me get you off mute.
Yeah. Hey, guys. I'm better now. Hey, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, I am here. I'm Britani Cruz. I am a mom, a wife, a digital content creator, fashion blogger, worship leader, and entrepreneur. All them things all the time. So we are just going and continuing to go every day. We just don't stop. And also now I'm pregnant. So now I'm cooking a baby all at the same time. So that's basically just a little bit about me, but I'm just busy. I'm just always on the go, guys.
I'm just busy. We help grow people on the inside of our bodies. That sounds pretty incredible when you think about it. Congratulations from the Soul Food family to you and J. Anthony Cruz. We can't leave him out. He was part of the process.
Yes, definitely helped.
So congrats to both of you. Now this is number 2.
Yep, number 2.
Yep.
Number two, we have a son named Roman. He is 6 years old, international soccer player already, and he
Right.
is out here doing the same thing. He wants to be a content creator too. So we're just like, oh, can we open up another channel right now? That's the thing. So yeah.
I'm gonna teach him how to edit videos very
Yes,
soon.
that's the thing he needs to know is edit videos, and then we'll be down after that.
He can edit videos and spin some music and, lead worship and all of that.
Right.
Because that's what you're passing down. And, we have Reading with Monroe on Tuesdays live here on the I Am Beautiful 365 platform. And Reading with Monroe I think Monroe is 6. I know that Warren and Candace don't kick me. I believe she's 6. And she has a wonderful voice, but she uses her voice to help encourage children to read. It's Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Central. Reading with Monroe is live here on this platform. I want to share a little bit about the I Am Beautiful 365 platform, and then we're going to get into our topic for tonight. The time goes by so fast as I'm looking here. We want to encourage all of you, if you're watching, let us know where you're tuning in from, but go ahead and hit the share button right now because we have a little bit of our testimonies we're going to share tonight, and I think it's going to go forward out there somewhere, and someone will be listening and they'll say, you know what, I really needed that food for my soul. So that's why we're here tonight. But let me tell you guys a little bit about I Am Beautiful 365. So we celebrate the beauty of Black culture every day, hence the 365 days a year. And I love the platform, started by a husband and wife. They had Reading with Monroe on as part of their live content. And they grew this Facebook page, to over 400,000 followers. So hand claps to Warren and Candace. Thank you for putting this platform out there and then having influencers be able to come on and share in your journey. So we thank you. But we want all of you to hit the share button because we want to tell more people that we're now here with live content. So some of the posts that you see on this page, they have like 100,000 views or likes, and it's really incredible. But now we have live content. So we are here tonight with friends J. Anthony Cruz and his wife, Britani Cruz, and we're going to talk a little bit about our story. We've heard it said that our test is our testimony.
That's right.
Soul Food Sunday, when I was thinking about it, I do the morning show, and the morning show is kind of like pick me up early in the morning, get me going, an inspirational word. And then Sunday night is like we have the music and we have entertainment, faith-based arts in general, and lifestyle. And people today, Britani, Jay, I know people are hurting. Yeah. People are looking for hope. And so I wanted to turn this time over to you guys. Tell us a little bit about your journey, and I know it's going to be encouraging to someone listening tonight.
Awesome. Jay, you want to go or me?
I can go.
Okay.
Because it deals with what she's talking about. So basically my story is I grew up in a household. My dad was an entrepreneur pretty much all my life. And as he's, I see him developing a business. He actually made that choice so that way he would be able to spend more time with me. So he actually had his business out of the house. And that really inspired me. So I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur as I'm going through high school. And then I get to college and I'm learning. I went to college at UCF. I actually did a bachelor's program for radio, television, and marketing. But I always knew that I'm supposed to be an entrepreneur. Like, that's it. I'm going to graduate and I'm going to start a business. I'm just going to jump out. I'm just going to step out. And which is, it's good. And the thing that I had to hang up on the most was I thought that if I went out and got a job, like a lot of my classmates, that I was killing my dream of being an entrepreneur, a music entrepreneur. And it was, years of applying for a job just because I knew I finally had to get one because I needed to pay bills. And it was years of being at a job for, 6 months, then not being at a job for 8 months, then being at a job for a year, then not being at a job for, another 8 months. So it was this time of unemployment. It was this time of, what am I supposed to do with my life? Why isn't this working? Why is this so difficult? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I should be a business owner anyway. So it was always like this battle. And this is throughout the process of, this is during the time me and Britani are like progressing in our relationship, about to get married, all of this. And this was actually our first, 2-3 years of marriage. We're going through this, babe?
Yep. First 3 years of marriage.
Sharply. She said, yep. But so all this is happening, and it caused us to really have a lot of challenges, financial challenges, marital challenges. It just made things harder than they needed to be. And I actually learned a lot from, her dad's my pastor. I also learned a lot from teachings that I was hearing, spiritual Bible-based teachings that really taught me that work and entrepreneurship and career, it's all principle driven. Because I thought there was this thing where if I pick the right job, if I pick the right business, then I'm going to be successful. But it really didn't matter which business I picked, what job I picked. Because I sold cars, I worked in call centers, I did a whole bunch of things. And I realized that something is constant, and the constant is that principle was the thing that was going to make me successful. Ooh. So if I put the diligence in, if I put the work in, and I depend on God for the results, that the outcome was going to be what I wanted it to be. So I applied that everywhere, and then I finally got in a place where I was in a job, and I really locked down, and I applied those principles, and I became successful in the position. Right after that, I was in that position for about 8 months. And then it was time to go, because it was time to work full time at my church. And I never thought I'd work in the church ever. I remember when me and Brittany first got together, she's like, well, my husband's going to work in the church. And I was like, well, I'm not your husband. In my head, I didn't say it out loud. Because I didn't know. I grew up Catholic. So working in the church meant you took a vow of poverty. I'm not taking a vow of poverty. That's not, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be Diddy. So that really didn't go with me. But basically, I saw that, if I did everything by principle, then, God would see that I would see results in my life and in my family's life. So now I'm a full-time creative. I do all the digital marketing, a lot of things. And then I DJ and do music. I won contests. Like, there's so many things that have happened just because of being principle driven and really saying yes to God and being diligent with what is in front of me.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. That's kind of what, I think in the beginning of our marriage, we were both like on our own personal journey together, but still going through very different and separate things when it came to like confidence. Like for me, like my dad taught me, you get a job, you make your money, you buy a house, you buy a car, you do this. And I was a really big box checker. Like I'm always checking the box all the time. And I felt like that would make everything better if I just did what I was supposed to do. If I just did the right thing, then everything would always work out. But because of my heart, I really, really, really love people so much. And to the point where early in my life, since maybe 11 years old, it was my detriment. It caused depression depression and suicidal thoughts from the age of 11 all the way until I was about 29 years old. And basically what happened was, and I carried that into my marriage. I carried that into my early motherhood, carried that into my friendships. And I think as I began to get like older into my later 20s, it started leaking into my relationships, leaking into my life. And it always put me in an over again cycle and I just couldn't progress. I felt like I was checking boxes like I was supposed to, but personally, I didn't have 100% fulfillment and okayness with who I am in my own skin and in my own life, like throughout my own eyes. I don't know if that makes any sense, but depending on your own perspective, how you see things, that's how you're going to see things. If your glasses are really foggy or if they're super dirty, that's how you're going to see everything, is through foggy and dirty glasses. And even though I was really like happy and my personality is so bubbly automatically, I would still go home crying out to God, why aren't I fully really happy? And it was horrible. And basically from age 11 to about 29 years old, every day I thought about ending my life. Every single day. There wasn't a day that I didn't think about ending my life. And it would slip out like in our relationship, it'd be like, oh, well, I'm just out of here. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And it just I just wanted to escape because I felt like I was just in this monotonous lifestyle. But I knew God was my healer. I knew God was my God. So I knew if I were to take my life, I wouldn't be able to go with him. So I was like, God, finally, I think May of 2018, I think our whole entire got the flu.
Wow.
And it sat us down, took us out. Me, Roman, and Jay took us out for a week. We were so weak. I had to stay at his parents' house to take care of us. We were just done. And I think sitting down and stopping my life for a few days, I think I hit this point and I finally was honest with God. And I said, God, honestly, I'm not happy. I don't know why, but honestly, Lord, I know I can't take my own life, but Lord, can you just take me? That was my prayer. I was like, God, I know I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this right. So why don't you just, Enoch me? There's a scripture in the Bible that talks about how he walked with the Lord and was no more. And so I was like, I've been walking with you. I got saved when I was 5. I've been walking with you for 25 years. I've been with you. I've seen you go in. I've seen you save lives. I've seen you. Great. Can you take me with you? Can you just take me away? Everybody else will be fine. And the Lord was like, no.
Wow.
But I am so glad that you came to me and finally told me this. I'm so glad that you're finally honest with the fact that the only person that can heal your pain and the only person that can answer these questions for you and the only person that can take you is me. Yeah. And finally, you're taking it out of your own control. You're taking it out of your own hands. You're not trying to self-escape. You're trying to escape through me. And I know it was a really weird way to escape, but I'll take it and I'm proud of you. And that's when he said, Britani, stop being afraid. I am your shield and I'm your exceeding great reward. And he helped me. He was like, fine, I'm now going to put you through love school. So for 12 months, from 2018 to the end of 2019, I went through love school and the Lord taught me how to love myself and love others in a healthy way to the point where people weren't my detriment, where if somebody thought something bad about me, it wasn't this bad thing, or I didn't think about having a plan B with my husband. Some of us women, we get so fearful. We watch these movies, we watch Scandal, we watch ABC, we watch all this stuff. We get these bad thoughts in our hearts about men in our lives. And so in my life, I was like, fine, I'm going to have a plan B. I'm going to be an independent woman and be ready to go. But that just wasn't the right heart to have. And the Lord had to show me, hey, this is that trigger. Number one, he's your husband. He loves you. And guess what? He can lose his mind and leave you. He totally can. And guess what you got to say? Thank you for what you did. Moving on. And Lord, help heal my heart.
Yeah.
So I think we get afraid to get to that point where we have to ask God to help us. And I just kept wanting to skip that part. Yeah. And I've taken that into my rest of my life. With friendships, with myself. I mean, love school was crazy. That's a whole nother testimony. But yeah, God is good.
So we're going to do a whole series called Love School now. I want to go to some comments from our Soul Food Sunday family. Kimberly, thank you for being here and for all your comments. She is just in the corner. She's like, yes, okay, Love School. I love that. Sasha Perez Lure says he already knows. He's waiting on us. Thank you, Britani, for your transparency. Thank you, Sasha. Oh, that's so good. Let's go up here a little bit more. From the I Am Beautiful 365 page, how you see is how you see. If you have dirty or foggy glasses. We love, you know what, you have all these phrases. Britani Cruz, is she like this all the time? Like she's got these phrases that are like, that'll preach. Like that's a nugget right there. Definitely. I love it. There's a verse in scripture that says the eyes are the window to the soul. And a lot of times, you know, as we're thinking about that verse, we might immediately think of our physical eyes. But there's a spiritual eye, and it talks about how if you're dark, how dark is that darkness? That's it. You have no hope if you're just seeing the dark. But we want you to know tonight that there is hope in Christ alone. There's hope in God and His Word and in His people, because you need people to support you and help you along sometimes and pray for you. So what you're seeing with your spiritual eye is so important. Are you full of hope? Or are you full of hopelessness? And tonight we want you to be full of hope. You know, Brittany, you were talking about you know, your health and depression, and I think, you know, we definitely have some topics that it would take all night really to get to, you know, to talk about some of these things. We need to break these down. I love your testimonies. Thank you both for sharing. I want to go to a couple more comments here before we go into a little bit of my own testimony. As we're preparing for October, we know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. So please hit the share button. For those of you who've been on tonight, this is great that people are tuning in on a Sunday night. I love this. Sandra says, if people were honest, we've all had such thoughts. You're talking about suicide, and that's a really relevant topic for today, right? Go ahead, Brittany, if you want to share something else. I don't want to cut you off, Brittany, if you had something to add to that piece there.
Oh, no, I was just saying, but God, no, that honesty piece is huge. I mean, that's where my healing began, when I got honest with God. That is when my healing began.
That's so good. Let's see, we have Dorothy. Hey, Dorothy, she's part of the women's ministry that I'm a part of. She said, love school. Where do I enroll? Yes.
Yeah, we need to get that together.
We're going to be the students. Oh, this is so good. So I want to share with you guys a little visual here, if I can bring it up. And, you know, a little bit of my story as we're preparing for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I like to talk about being proactive and not waiting till you have that pain that you've had for so long and you can't take the pain anymore, but you've been dealing with it for years. I know I've come alongside women who, when they met me, they had already been dealing with pain in their breast for years, and they were afraid to go get it checked out. So I have this picture collage here, if you guys can see it, and it is my story.
Wow.
And I can just pause right there and probably not even say another word about my testimony. So a picture is worth 1,000 words. But I will tell you that this journey here, it was not easy. I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2016. I was, right before my 40s. So I had not had a mammogram. It wasn't really, they don't push you to get mammograms until 40, you know. But for me, I had always done self-exams, and I was diligent about doing my self-exams. So ladies, please do that. Do that on a regular basis, every week. From one week to another, you might not feel something, and then the next week you might feel something. So everyone always asks me, how did you know that you had cancer? Was there a sign? Did you feel something? And it started out with just a little annoyance, like, you know, something that I thought was from what clothes I was wearing or bra I was wearing, and I brushed it off. Did my self-exams, went to my annuals. Brittany, I was like faithful to my annuals. Like that was just something I felt like I was taking care of my health. But the location of the tumor was in such an area that I probably never would have gone there. So one morning in 2016, I woke up really early, and I was like the first one to get to the television. And I'm like, yes, I got the TV to myself, because it's my husband or it's my daughter. And I'm like, you know that as a mom, you're like, yes, I have a moment. And there was nothing on television except for a breast cancer special. And I'm like, you know, just sitting there like, okay. So I just kind of got glued there. And I know that was not by coincidence.
Wow.
I turned all the way, like, through all the channels, because we had like really basic cable. For some reason, we cut off everything else. And I went back to that channel, and they, at the time where I clicked back on it, this is the timing of God, and this is the hope that I hope you all will leave with tonight. By the time I went back to that channel, they were showing 4 or 5 different pictures of what cancer can look like on your breast. And one of those pictures was a dimple that looked like a cellulite dimple. And I would have looked at many times over, like in looking in the mirror and stuff. I would have never paid attention to it, but I turned the TV off and I got up and I was like, that's weird, a dimple? I never heard about that. I went in the mirror, turned to my right, I saw a dimple on the right side of my breast. Turned to the left, nothing. Then I said, well, let me do a self-check. And I checked that area and it felt like smaller than a golf ball, but hard. And my stomach sank because I said to myself, I found a lump. Like, we hear about those stories all the time. And when you actually are the one experiencing it, it's surreal. I did not hesitate. The other thing that I will tell you as we're closing out tonight, because I'll have more of my story in October next week, is that I had a cough that was persistent. I had a cold that just wouldn't go away. It's like my body was fighting something, and I thought, well, maybe this is just me being at work and catching a cold. But my immune system was so suppressed and so fighting this cancer that I couldn't get this cough. And those two things, the pain, the lump, the cough, and I've heard many, many women say the same thing. It was a cough, it was a pain. And so I that next week, I was in the doctor's office, biopsied, and by Friday, I was diagnosed with stage 3. Had I not caught it at stage 3, I might not be here talking to you guys tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
So we leave you with this tonight, that I know that God saved my life, spared my life, gave me a second chance, so I can really live it till the fullest. And we can say that, all three of us can say that we have a second chance.
Yeah.
We want you to be encouraged tonight on Soul Food Sunday. That's why we're here. Please, Shelly's here. We have our therapist that we love. It is Shelly Fanfan. She's here on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And she talks about all these things: trauma, mental health, depression, suicide, your physical health. And so thank you, Shelly, for tuning in. You guys have anything to share before we close out? We're going to have J. Anthony Cruz close us out, but I wanted to have you guys give the last word tonight.
No, I think that was an amazing. I can't wait to hear more about it.
I mean,
go ahead,
J. Anthony Cruz.
Oh, the main thing that, as I'm kind of listening to all of us talk, is like the common thread throughout this is, we all had to be honest about where we were. And in that moment of honesty, like Brittany said it, that's where our healing began. We all had that moment of honesty where you just have to be real with yourself. Because sometimes in like faith circles, you want to be full of faith and appear a certain way to yourself. But there's the moment of honesty. And I agree with Britt a lot, but that's where the healing began. I think for all of us, that's what I'm taking away from this.
That is so good. It's so, like, the time goes by way too fast. I'm like, oh my gosh. So next week we do kick off a Survivor series and more stories, more testimonies. I hope that you guys will both be back with me throughout the month. And we're going to talk a little bit about what leads up to the sickness, the depression, the cancer. Shelly's on here tonight, and she'll be the first to say that was just the final outcome, but there was roots of other things growing inside of me before cancer became visible. So it's really important that we stick to those roots. We want you to have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for tuning into Soul Food Sunday. My guest, Britani Cruz. Everyone, hand clap for J. Anthony Cruz. This is the duo, the dynamic duo. That's what you guys are. All right, you guys, we're gonna have J. Anthony Cruz take us out, but tune in tomorrow. We have our Money Mondays with Charlene Reinhart here on I Am Beautiful 365. So tune in for that. And then tell everyone, hit share, let someone see the replay, and come back next Sunday night. We definitely want you to hear more about what we want to share about encouragement. Warren Edwards, founder of I Am Beautiful 365, says we definitely have a test before a testimony. What an amazing journey. Thank you, Warren. It has been a journey. And so for all of you on the journey, be encouraged. God is for you. Reach out to us. Leave a comment. We'll get back to you. All right, Jay, it's all yours. Take us out.
Alrighty.
I don't know what it is that you've done to me, but it's caused me to act in such a crazy way. Whatever it is that you do when you do what you're doing, it's a feeling that I want to stay. 'Cause my heart starts beating triple time with thoughts of loving you on my mind. I can't figure out just what to do when the calling cure is you.
Just to go back in time for a little bit.
I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Then something takes over me. In a day, it looks so amazing. It's not a phase. I want you to stay with me. By my side,